Terry, you killed this.
We get bigger and bigger. Check out my watch and the fixtures. Either get left or get with us. Feel like a chemist, walking in Sprite. Baby, I call it a mixture. Shorty gon' give me that brain till I said dismissed her. I knew this shit, I go dummy. My own brother switched up acting funny. Crazy could dog knew I needed that money. Back in the lab, stuffing racks in my Duffy. My lady love me and my mama love me, and I make it happen. The gifts is abundant. Put my life on the line for my cousins. Talk down on my name, but these niggas bout nothing. Fell in love with the game like I'm trapped. It's me, you know.
What's up, guys? My name's AutoSyn, and you can find me anywhere at auto.sin. That's Instagram, any other social media you can find me on, and YouTube, it's AutoSyn, Spotify, AutoSyn. I have 2 new singles that are supposed to drop this week sometime. Whenever this airs, they could already be out, who knows. And then actually have a full-blown album coming after that EP. Not EP, the 2 singles, and it's going to be called Cindy State of Mind. So check that out.
777, I'm feeling lucky. She said that she really do love me. Got a good regardless, she want me. Never been a time I was low.
Let's get into PrettyP's tea. What we sipping on? Ooh, some Wawa. We staying hydrated today. First up, we have the 22-year-old woman who stabbed her grandfather to death because he asked her to take a shower. Not a little stanky with a butt. Come on now. Y'all, I want to read some comments. Let's read some comments for him because...
Yeah, this is a little crazy. It's a crazy story anyway.
Because all the comments I agree with. So, go ahead.
Okay, so they're saying... Oh, hold on, some new ones since last time I checked. 1 second. They said, can't be funky and mad. Gotta pick one.
Screenshot that, bro.
Oh, yeah?
Screenshot that.
Okay. Ooh, they said, ooh, where to go? They said, she looked like her name is Michael Lika Myers, and that was not funny. Let's just cut that out. They said now she has a reason not to shower. Nobody will get that dog. Oh, cat. Not that I. Okay.
See, people can't spell it. Like, they be halfway funny, but then they just don't translate because they done misspell words.
No, for real. No, sorry. I started laughing. They said, yeah, she got that ringworm look.
Oh, no.
Oh, not the ringworm.
Right, bruh.
They said, nah, this is insane. She had to smell beyond crazy.
Smell beyond crazy.
No, for real. Look, they said Stankiana was the person. Little Stanker.
Stankiana.
Man, that's so crazy.
I think that's a good one.
It was funny in the comments. I'm mad I can't find them. But yeah, I know y'all seen that. I know y'all seen that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
man,
crazy.
That's a crazy story though. Like, of all things to stab anybody, let alone your grandfather.
Like, wow, you just don't want to take care of your hygiene, sis. Like, oh.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
That's horrible. I can't even.
It's hard to even really talk on the story.
Right.
Because you're like, wait, you stabbed me for what?
Right.
Rest in peace.
Really?
In peace.
That's a crazy way to go, though.
Yeah. Oh, now she in jail with all little stankies.
Wait, is he dead, though?
Yeah.
He passed away from his injuries?
Yes.
Did she say it
says
stabbed in the face or
yeah,
something?
So it says, yeah, according to the Caddo Parish Sheriff's Office, Harris allegedly went ballistic after being asked to bathe, trashing belongings in the house and switching off the power to the home. When her grandparents tried to restrain her, Harris broke free and ran to grab a knife from the kitchen, authorities said. She then allegedly stabbed her grandfather before fleeing to hide in the woods. She was found hours later behind a nearby home, the sheriff once said. The granddad was taken to the hospitals, and he was severely injured. And yeah. Wait, it doesn't say he passed away though.
Yeah, I thought I had read. So hopefully he's cool.
So yeah.
Hopefully he's healing up, shaking back. Hopefully nothing happened. Hopefully.
And she'll be charged. What gets me in some situations,
at least she'll
like
be in jail.
that,
Well, she don't really. I guess she doesn't have to bathe if she doesn't want to.
not in jail, she won't have to.
No.
She won't be a stinker butt.
I've seen situations like that where a child had killed, or tried to kill their parents or something,
That's
and
nuts.
then the parents still defend the child.
Yeah, that's the
And
kind
I'm
of
like,
stuff that
I think we already crossed the line at that point.
Nah, for real though.
That's crazy.
But yeah, she does look like she needs to take a bath, even in even in her mugshot photo there.
Nah, for real.
Oh Lord. Next in the pot, we got Pinky Doll. Listen,
We've been covering her, man. We've been
have.
following Pinky Doll
because she been going crazy. Now this one, okay, so she had an appearance at the Streamy Awards.
Oh yeah, okay.
Let's just take a look, okay? I won't say too much. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Guys, we are so happy to be here tonight.
Yes. Ice cream so good. Ice cream so good. Gang.
Well, I think that means we should announce the
They love
nominees for Streamer of the Year.
I love you.
Okay,
It's,
but she's a brown skinned woman.
Yep.
She's brown skinned.
She's
We've been fooled.
yeah.
She got it,
She fooled everybody.
and I'm not mad at her.
No,
Listen.
I think she's tapped in. I think she kind of knows what the industry's looking for, and she took advantage of that with the filters that she uses. And like what you said, she has a lot of sponsors, right?
Yeah.
So
She
not
getting
mad
money,
at her.
man.
Not mad at her.
What could we say about her?
Nothing at all.
I say
what could
she
we
played
I'd
the
say
game.
it shows the industry's bias over light-skinned black women and dark-skinned
It
black
definitely
women.
does.
And I think she knew that, and she did what she did with the filters, and like you said, not mad at her. She's getting paid.
That's exactly how I felt as well. Like, she played the game.
Yep.
And she still left. And then she had her comment after everyone, talked about it. She just simply said that I love to be a black woman. And that's just that. Like, it's not like she's trying to hide it. She's not trying to, be someone else who she's not.
Right.
Like, she loves being a black woman. She played the game. She making that bag still.
And with the makeup they can do, she could have made her skin look light-skinned like that. And came out looking like she does in her videos.
Right.
But she didn't do that.
Exactly. And that's a statement within itself. So.
Yeah, exactly.
And since then, like, she still posted saying she's still gonna keep doing what she's doing, regardless.
Yeah.
So
Hey, it is not broke. Why she needs to change?
Right.
No.
She's got people copying her. So
no, for real. And now they found the filter she's using.
yeah,
So now everyone's
you're
using
probably
it on
going to see a lot more
TikTok,
people using it.
So-
You're going to see a lot more people using it.
Right.
For sure.
All right. Last but not least, we have the unseen picture of the Loch Ness monster. Let's take a look. Okay. That's not a crocodile.
I think it's the back fin of a whale. Because I thought I saw barnacles on the back of it.
Oh, it looks like it's in a lake.
But why she gatekeep the picture?
Oh yeah,
For 5 years,
For
yeah.
5 years. No, yeah.
Like,
That's where you know it's not Loch Ness.
Yeah,
monster.
it's no way. It's no
If
way.
you thought
I
you
forgot
had the
that,
Loch Ness
they
monster,
said
you're
that.
running
And-
right there to the news.
And they've been
right
on
away.
a search for 50 years.
Yeah.
You talking
No,
about
ain't
you
no
just
way.
now want to drop the picture?
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
So
5 years after you took it.
Talking about she was
They need to
afraid.
send somebody out there and go check. And if they find it, then she valid. But if they don't find it, or if they don't even pay no mind, then it's not valid. It's not valid. You know what I'm saying? Unless you go in and you show us something, it ain't.
Nobody's ever found the Loch
ain't
Ness
none.
monster. No one
It
has
ain't.
ever found
Man,
Bigfoot.
just
you
leave it
know?
alone at this point. Like,
Not for real.
And it's always a blurry picture. We have cameras today that
no.
take awesome pictures.
even in 2018.
But you have a blurry picture.
right.
You know, yeah. Even in 2018, we had great cameras to take
Yeah.
awesome photos.
Yeah, we had great cameras forever.
Yeah, you know,
14, really.
Yeah.
so it doesn't make sense that people still come out with these blurry photos.
Right.
I think it's a alligator or a crocodile or something.
It's not Loch. It's not Loch Ness.
It's not
Nessie.
Something. It ain't the monster.
And if it is, you got to prove it. You got to show me something else.
I need a video. I need a full some
video,
on land.
clear.
Like it could even be rocks out there.
Right.
Like you have no clue from that.
It did look like some rocks.
Like,
I really feel like it's
it
a
looks
crocodile.
almost like a ton of different things you could,
I just
just
think
say.
it's a crocodile.
Could have been floating trash or something. Seriously.
Nah, for real though. Like some stuff just be formed that way from being under the water and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Somebody said the crocodile swam too far deep to Florida and got caught up. Now they going viral.
Wait, the photo is they're saying that photo is from Florida?
It was like one of the comments on there. They were saying, nah, that crocodile just swam too far close to Florida or something, wherever it was, and now they going viral.
Yeah.
No, but for real though, like that's really what's. But listen, honey, if it's real, you gotta give us a little more. You know what I'm saying? Because
as if you actually saw it, that's when you the time you pulled out your camera and took a photo, that's what was left. Like you saw the whole head out. No, you didn't see anything. You just said, you're just trying to pass that off. That's why you waited 5 years before you released the photo.
Right.
Trying to maybe went around to people like, don't this look like the Loch Ness?
Right, it's
like,
gotta be.
Something is just insane that you would wait 5 years and then try to pass it off as that people are crazy.
Yeah.
It ain't the Loch Ness monster.
Definitely.
Period. It's a crocodile. If anything.
America just ceases to amaze me. Like
people want
it's always
these things
some
to
dumb
be true.
stuff. Like
people want these things to be true. So
real bad.
So even with that, there will be a lot of people that will believe it,
right?
Because they want it to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. On that note, looks like we're all out of tea for today, y'all. KEEZY and Unk, back to y'all.
Let's get it.
777, I'm feeling lucky. She said that she really do love me. Got a good regardless, she want me. Never been a time I was low down, I'm in love. I don't get enough. Don't care what it is, cause I know what it was. Tell me, little mama, why you always wanna fuss? Why you wanna treat a nigga like a scrub? Only wanted you, but you always wanna judge. Tryna work it out, really wanna give up. Get around you, I can't help it. Miss your perfume, I can smell it. You need your nails done, I'ma sell it. I put VVs through your necklace. Just gotta make sure that you special. You want a business, I help you. You a part of me, you a vessel. I ain't a player, we level. Few bottles in my blackout. Whole lot of women in the club looking bad now. Got my shorty pissed off, staring in the background. One wrong move, flip this bitch in the smackdown. Keeping my composure, feet all on the sofa, screaming.
What's up, y'all, man? Welcome back to the KEEZY and Unk podcast. We got a real special guest in the building.
Autosin.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Put the comfortable shades on.
Yes,
There you
sir.
go. Yes, get relaxed,
Yeah, vibe out. So yeah, man, I'm super excited to have you here. First, let's see, where do I want to start? I want to switch it up. I feel like we kind of always go dive into like the
personal
family
stuff,
and like
yeah.
everything. I kind of want to go different. Let's start. We're already kind of having this conversation. Let's talk about your sound and your music, because I feel like that is what separates you, like, from a lot of artists. Like, even like when I see you perform and stuff like that, it's just weird. It's like captivating in a not weird way. You feel me?
I appreciate that.
So I guess my first question would be, where does the sound stem from, or maybe where did the sound kind of start or spark in a way?
So inspirations growing up as a kid, man. Like, I think we all had like a Lil Wayne phase when we were younger,
sure.
you know? So like Lil Wayne was probably the first time I realized like you could be famous for music,
right?
You know, like I remember like idolizing him and like listening to all these stuff. being like 10 years old at the bus stop, rapping every word. You know what I'm saying? With the portable CD player. But so like growing up, music was always a big part of my life. Car rides with the mom. It was funny because growing up, for the first 8 years of my life, I lived in Lancaster, which is like polar opposite of Columbus. Growing up, we listened to a lot of like punk CDs. Like there's like Simple Plan, Green Day, the basics. And all of a sudden, I went to my neighbor's house and they had this CD, and it was one of those homemade CDs with mixes. There's a Little John track on there, and it was called Let's Go. Yeah. And Let's Go is with Trick Daddy, and they used the sample from Crazy Train from Ozzy. Okay. And I had never heard Crazy Train from Ozzy, so I had only heard this amazing guitar riff in this Little John song. Right. Dude, so I used to be like, what is this? And all we knew it was called was track 4. We didn't know what it was, So I would get in my mom's car and be like, will you play track 4? And she wouldn't play it. She didn't know what it was, you know? We would only listen to the punk rock songs back then. Right. So then eventually as I got older, I found out it was Let's Go from Little John. And then when she started dating my stepdad, that's when like rap kind of came into the picture. Okay. And then we ended up moving to Columbus for better opportunities and stuff. And coming to Columbus, the whole environment was different because Lancaster was small town back then. Right. And, like, you didn't get a lot of like cool city things that we have up here. So like different culture, different people. So then all of a sudden, like, I'm just, bumping Lil Wayne with my friends, and I'm like, this is so much cooler than that rock stuff. But I had so much appreciation for it growing up still that I tried to keep hold of that. Right. And then in high school, I just, I became more of like a black sheep. I didn't really play sports or anything. I found myself with like the emos and the metal kids and stuff like that. And this guy that I kind of looked up to, just because he was a really good friend, he only listened to like heavy metal screaming stuff, So I was like, I guess I like this, And then like I started like just wanting to be like him, so I started dressing like him, and I started listening to more music like him. And before you know it, like that was what I wanted to do. I wanted to scream in a metal band. I wanted to be the front vocalist that made everybody mosh and go crazy. And I actually formed a little band with a couple of friends. What's crazy is like a lot of people in the rap scene don't know this, but there was a band back then called Woe Is Me, and Woe Is Me had their shirts in Hot Topic. They were going on tour. They were playing at Rock on the Range, big deal, that was back then. And then they dismembered for like 10 years, and recently they got back together, but their drummer hadn't been practicing for 10 years. My drummer in my high school band, his name's Matt Wide, has been doing these amazing high-quality drumming covers at Black Moon Recordings. And Woe Is Me saw him do a cover of one of their songs and DM'd him and was like, will you please be our drummer? You're really good at this. Wow. And now he is doing Incarnation, like all this stuff, like he is the drummer for Woe Is Me now.
Wow, that's cool.
He's playing for thousands of people. I envy him. Right. But that's just side category. Right. Long story short, punk rock, rap, metal, you name it, has all been mixed into this big pot for my influence. And
you draw from all of it.
Yeah, and the hard part with doing, band stuff is you have multiple people you have to factor in. Right. So doing solo work, rapping by yourself, it's easier. And I could do the metal stuff. I stopped practicing for so long. I fell out of the passion with it. And Suicide Boys and trap metal, it became this amazing fusion of all those things. Right. The punk rock, the scream rap, and all that. And I was like, I want to make music like that. I bought all my equipment with the tax return. I sat down and I hit record, and it was the worst. It sounded nothing like it was supposed to, dude. So I was like, what else can I do? So
let's switch it up now.
Yeah, so I started I had always liked Kid Cudi. And Travis Scott blew up, and I was like, I love what he's doing, because there's this big period where a lot of the old heads and a lot of people, they were like, oh, that's too much auto-tune. Right. Or they're just hating on this tool that we have that works, right? And it's like, it wasn't too much auto-tune when it was Lil Wayne or T-Pain. You know what I'm saying? So so Travis Scott shows up, and it's like, that's all it is. Right. But he's using it with melodies and harmonies and these awesome things, and I'm like, this is sick. And he's inspired from Kid Cudi, and you can hear it, you know. So I was like, let me try some of that stuff out. Let me use those melodies that they're using, and then Suicide Boys, what they do is they vocal overlay. So they'll rap a verse, record it. They'll rap another verse, the same verse. They'll just do a second take,
right?
And they'll play them both at the same time. And the way they stack on top of each other, rather than going with the best take, you're stacking them. A lot of people do it too, but they're the ones where I was like, I could just put 3 of myself on top of each other and put oohs and ahs in the background.
Right.
And like that was like this perfect thing that I started doing. I was like, I like this. Like, I think this is what I want my sound to be. And I would send it to some of my music friends, and they'd be like, oh, you should get rid of this part or mute that part. Right. You know, and I'm like, fuck what you're saying. So
it's you.
That's kind of where it came from. And then over the past few years, I never actually got to the point of putting out EPs. I've been making music for, I don't know, probably 4 years now before I knew it. And that's recording it. You know, obviously we all freestyle back in the day. But like, I've been recording music for like 4 years now, and I've never put out EPs. I always get so excited when I finish a song that I just throw it out there. But if you do categorize everything I've done, I like to call the first 3 songs I did the trials. It was kind of to see if I could even do this, you know? So
Test the waters.
That would be Ustara, Smoke Talk, and Toxic Lullaby.
Okay.
And Ustara was the first kind of like darker, ominous beat.
Yeah. I was listening to that. Yeah. So I did.
And I that was the first one I was like, I can kind of do what I want to do.
Right.
So the trials I put out, and then after that came Rebirth, Cold, and maybe one other one. But Rebirth and Cold are good examples. That was when I was like, let me try to actually rap. Like, let me try to do this with better effects, upgrade the quality, and then I met this guy that I worked with named Ryan Beats, and he made the beat for Frozen. And Frozen, dude, when I started working on that song, I was like, I just did this. Like, I finally know what I'm doing. Like, and I was like, I want a sample in here, some kind of cool sample. And I took snippets from the Ricky Smiley show. Yeah. And I put them in there, dude. And I just felt like I made a Drake song. Like, it was crazy. And
it sounds like it's because I was listening to it, and it's one of those ones.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
dude, like, it was the one where I was like, I finally did something, you know? And like, and what's cool about making music is you never know how anybody feels about it until you hit that stage with that shit. And you see how other people react, you're like, you know what, this is it. And Frozen, dude, that's the one, like,
that one is.
Everybody jumps around to it, everybody loves it. And I'm like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sorry to answer your question so long.
Oh, no, that's cool. That's cool. But, no, definitely, when I was listening to Frozen, it definitely sounded like one of those, like, fully, like just kind of went through the whole song, like real, like I don't even know how to explain. Like, it just felt full in my opinion. Like it's a full song. You showed your your personality in it. You know, with having the Ricky Smiley on there, but also just like I said, your beat selection is always one of those ones. But I feel like I don't know. That record was definitely, it felt full in a way. So. Yeah, man.
I'm glad. I appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you do come with some hard beats that you have out there.
Yeah, we were just going through it. And
dude, I'm excited for everybody to hear the new ones, man. Yeah. That's the hard part, is sitting on new projects.
Yeah. Just waiting.
And because you're like, the world, because Frozen came out a year ago.
Right.
And since then, I put the remix out with Cartier Suave. He, as soon as I posted Frozen, he was like, let me on the remix.
Right.
It took him a year to get me my verse back, which pissed me off, but he's a busy dude. If you don't know him, check him out. But
for sure.
He's like a young, what's that dude's name? What's the dude's name? Oh man, he works with Uzi a lot. Nav. He sounds like Nav.
Okay.
Yeah, he sounds a lot like Nav. But I was like, sure, dude, you can have it. I wasn't planning on anybody getting on it anyway, but I had some room at the end, and he was so excited, and I just waited a year, and he sent it, and I put it out. because I didn't have anything to put out, I put out a hyperpop remix. It's honestly, the song just sped up. It's nothing special, but hyperpop wave came in, and
Right,
people
and that's
really
another-
liked it.
yeah.
So I was like, fuck it, you know, it's a little something. But I've had this big old collection of half finished, unfinished, old finished
Right.
songs on my laptop, and I'm like, they're oddballs. Like they don't fit in with what I currently do,
Right.
and they don't fit in with a whole project somewhere. So I was like, I would hate to put this out as a single and everybody think like, oh, this is what he's doing now.
Right.
And it's not. It's old songs that deserve some light. So rather than just making an entire SoundCloud EP, I was like, you know what? I'll really do this. I'll slap it all together, and it's even got there's skits on it. There's a skit at the beginning. There's a skit in the middle. The little podcast thing I did initially, starting with Coyote, was literally planned just to get audio snippets of me talking for that EP.
Okay.
But I had such a fun time. I was like, I'd like to keep doing this.
Right.
you know?
Right.
But my end on that, it's a financial thing. So it comes and goes.
Of
and
course.
I don't want to like tell the world like I do this every month, because
Right.
like it's honestly a convenience thing for me. It's whenever
Right.
I feel like it. But the new EP, I keep calling it EP because it was going to be an EP, but I had way more songs than I thought I did.
Yeah,
It's an album. So the album, Cinny State of Mind, it's just all the crazy mad songs that came out of my head some time ago or recently, and it's all compiled into a nice thing for everyone to listen to.
That's what's up.
So I'm super excited for people to hear that, because it's nothing like anything I've put out.
Okay.
They're all different from what's been coming out. And it's just a fun little side of me that I usually keep tucked away.
That's what's up.
But Cindy State of Mind should end up being a series, because
Okay.
I'm always going to make songs kind of like that.
Right.
So I think eventually it'll be an entire series of like, these are my crazy songs if you care about these
Right.
albums. You know what I'm saying?
But it's gonna grab people that you're gonna pull in different kinds of people.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Because
Oh, yeah.
you're creating even though it's kind of like your throwaways in a way, it's gonna be, it might translate with
Yeah,
people
yeah.
that are like, I can't wait till he does this again. Like,
Yeah.
this is what I'm waiting for.
With a lot of the artists that we talk to, it seems like a lot of artists have a lot of music in the background. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't released it. You know, I have this. I don't
Yeah.
know where to put it. It doesn't really fit here. And this, so it's common that we hear that a lot.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
artists having a lot of.
A lot of people
I
feel...
mean, KEEZY, you've got a lot of songs that you have out there that you haven't released.
I had to buy like a hard drive because I was like, it's been to a
Dude,
point where it's like
it's
I
too
can't
much.
even stuff slowing down. I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, I gotta clear this out.
Well,
Like,
it's hard because a lot of people, they got vaults,
Yeah.
just full of music. My ass never finishes shit. So like,
feel you.
dude, I'll have a
They got
song like with 3/4 of the way done, and I'm like, yeah, I'm burnt out on this. Let's go to the next one.
Right.
And then like, I showed Grayson like half my unfinished music, dude. He's like, fuck you for not putting this shit out. You need to put this shit out, bro.
hell yeah,
Dude.
be like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm sure Grayson, though, he's probably got some
dude.
himself that he's
Anytime
I
hear him make music,
that's out
man.
there.
I've always felt like out of everyone in this scene, bro, I'm like at the bottom. Like I feel like I'm at the I'm not leading the pack. I'm not doing enough stuff because, I mean, it's a hostile work environment, dude. Your competition, your rivals are your friends, and like everybody, like they drop a single, a music video, they're doing this, they're doing
Yeah.
that, and it's like I want to do all that, but I'm trying to live real life too.
Right,
And
hell
it's like
yeah.
I don't know how you guys are doing this, but it's amazing. And then like I've never it's not that I get writer's block. I never think I don't have an idea. I always have ideas. It's executing them that becomes a
Right.
problem, because
The follow through.
yeah, you'll see you'll be like, I'm not dropping this song unless it has a video. And then you're like, and I'm not getting a video unless I get to work with this person specifically because they know what I want. And then you tap in with them, they're like 1,000. And you're like,
Right.
1,000 for a fucking 2-minute song? Are you fucking shitting me? And like, I'm not gonna sit here and boast. Like, I'm not gonna be like, I got all the money in the world, bro. Because if I
Right.
did, y'all would be like, Ottoson makes the dopest shit every day of your life. But it is what it is, So I make music for fun. I make it for me, and at the end of the day, if people like it, that's the fun part.
Yeah.
But if I ever made this shit like a 9-to-5, a job, I think, one, I wouldn't like it. Two, I'd be constantly worried about what other people think.
I feel you.
So that's where it's at.
But as an artist, you got to put that kind of out of your mind of what other people think on there. It's like you do you.
Yeah.
And the people that's going to buy or it's going to rock with you, you know, they're feeling that same thing. They're in that same place that you are, you know, because no matter what, everybody's not out there alone. So whatever type of music you put out there are going to be people that's going to rock with you, no matter what.
For sure.
No, for real. It's a rule that I follow. Like, I mean, even me being an artist is like, if I can get 100 people to consistently fuck with me and press play on my shit all the time, I would be happy.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I run into people all the time, so that's always kind of been my goal. Like, if I can get 100 people to fuck with me, I can get, 10,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll translate eventually, but it's like, I just love creating music.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it's like therapeutic, so I really could care less. You know, what anybody really thinks or says. Like, because I'm still going to make the music how I want to make it. It's because I don't make it for you. I make it for myself. And if it translates with you or with whoever, great. Like, if that's, I don't know. I guess it depends on the goal. But my goal has always been, like, I just want to translate with people. Like, I just want people to feel me.
Yeah.
Like, because talk about real shit.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
So let's get a little personal. Like you brought up, high school earlier. So what was high school for you?
So growing up, I went to Westerville City, and originally it started out at Westerville South, and I was already kind of like transitioning into that little emo scene kid, and it was cool because like those are the black sheeps in high school. Like, I feel like, in high school, everybody smoked. It didn't matter if you played football or did this or that, right?
Yeah.
So, like, in high school, just because I smoked, I didn't get, like, sectioned out or anything like that. It was more so like, oh, that's the long-haired kid with the black hair with the tight, colorful pants. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, there was you, and you would spot another one of you in the hallway. You'd be like, oh, shit, that motherfucker got that band shirt on.
Right.
And then you go and you talk to him. And next thing you know, you guys are friends because you dress the same.
Right.
And, like, it was so cool because, like, we all had our own little lunch table. And, like, you could pull up to the lunch table and there'd be, like, 13 of us that kind of all look exactly the same. And, like, it was a fun little cult to be in. But whenever you're away from that little group, you stop being this loud, obnoxious bunch of kids. And you're, like, this little loner with headphones on walking down the halls and shit. And I don't know. Like I ended up saying earlier, there was a lot of people that I tapped in with after high school that were like, yeah, dude, I always wanted to talk to you, but you always looked mad, or like,
unapproachable.
I always thought you would have been a real cool friend, but I was too scared to talk to you, or like you looked unapproachable.
Right.
And like thinking back, I'm like, why did I do that to myself?
Right.
Like, if I would have just been the person I was at that lunch table in the hallway or something, then maybe more people would have liked me or wanted to involve themselves with me. And that's the only thing. I wish I would have been more open to friendships back then. I was just kind of used to getting, like, picked on and shit. So, like, I always had, like, a chip on my shoulder, like, kind of ready to, like, have to defend myself. Like,
right.
I talked about it in, I think in my video with Kid Katza, but I've always been, like, a person who was intrigued by religion, like, Hinduism, Christianity, Judaism, like, you name it. But during that time, people kept picking on me all the time. I was like, I'm going to do what they do in prison to get people to stop fucking with them. But the difference is, big difference here. In prison, you got to roll with, like, some gang or some shit, which is usually, like, Nazi shit for white dudes.
Right.
I ain't rocking with that. So I was like, I'm going to draw pentagrams on my hands. And, like, maybe, like, people would think since I'm, like, rolling with the devil, which I wasn't, like, maybe they'd be like, oh, don't fuck with that kid, bro. He's summoning a demon on me and shit. So, like, I used to, like, buy these, like, pentagram jewelry and, like, I had a pentagram on my backpack and shit, which, like, thinking back, like, no wonder no one wanted to fuck with me. Right? But, like,
He's like,
it was,
I understand now.
It just sucked because, like, before I started doing shit like that, like, straight up, like, I get shoulder checked in the hallway and shit. Like, weird movie bullying.
Right.
Like, and I don't know if it was because I was, like, at the time, dude, I was, like, a fucking 85-pound white kid. Like, I didn't stand a chance with nobody. So, like, I remember there was this one dude, he was, like, rapping at the time, I didn't like it. This is so funny. This is full circle irony. He was rapping some Chief Keef song. Like, had his headphones in. He was just loud as fuck. You couldn't hear the music either. You could only hear him.
Right.
So I'm like, man, this dude don't shut the fuck up. Like, it's 8 a.m, dude. So, like, I, like, filmed him. And I posted it on my story. I was like, this is the shit I gotta deal with. And it wasn't, like, a bash at anybody other than the fact, like, this dude's just loud at 8 a.m, you know? So I posted that, and I thought I was safe for some odd reason, dude. But I had a friend request from that kid specifically by 6 p.m. that night. And I was like, oh, shit. And this dude was, like, I wish I could remember his name, but he was, like, 6 foot, big-ass, buff dude. And then I told my buddy, I was like, dude, I think he found out I posted that. He was like...
Did you accept the friend request, though?
No. I was like, I think he found out I posted that. He was like, dude, he beats people's dad's asses. He was like, he beat this kid's ass one time. The kid called his dad. The dad came. Then he beat the dad's ass. I was like, oh my God.
Shit,
I was like, I'm fucking dead. I'm going to die. So then, like, he came and sat on my desk. Like, he put his ass on my desk while I'm sitting there and was like, you fucking sneak diss me on Facebook? And I was like, what? No, bro, that was my friend. He thought it'd be funny to post that shit. I told him it wasn't a good idea. I took that shit down, bro. He's like, you know I could beat the fuck out of you? And I was like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know that. Yep. And then he was like, don't ever do that shit again. Slap my shit on the floor. I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And, it was real shit, dude. I was scared, bro, because, like, my rule of thumb was always, like, don't ever fight anybody bigger than me, and if they're black, don't even try. Because, like, dude, I could take a nerdy-ass white dude in high school easily, but the black dudes, man, they fight dirty, angry, mad as hell, and next thing you know, it ain't just him, it's his boys, too. Right. And it's nothing, like, racial or anything, it's just how it was, dude. And I was like, I'm so sorry, sir. I will never do that shit again. And what's funny as fuck is I love Chief Keef now. It's crazy. It's so crazy.
He scared you into loving it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, straight up.
Actually,
because I was like, I was trying to find the song he was rapping to show my friend, like, it's this stupid shit. And I was like, yo, this shit kind of...
He's like, now I hear a beat with it.
Yeah, dude. I was like, this shit's dope.
And like, now that I hear it, actually, this is actually nice.
I rocked with, like, the pentagrams and shit, hoping it would kind of deter people. And thinking back, you know, all I ever did in high school was try and isolate myself. Yeah. And I wish I didn't do that. Right. But now, adult life, we got the fucking music scene and shit.
Right.
And everybody, it's like, Chip passed away. Yeah. And Chaos called me and he was like, dude, this shit hit me hard. It's making me realize, like, we're all a big ass family. Hell yeah. You know, like, we all pop out at the same shows, we all see each other, we all know each other's personalities, and we know what to expect, and it's like, it straight up is like a cookout every time we go to the fucking venue.
Hell yeah.
And, like, him saying that really shed some light to me too, because with AutoSyn, bro, I've been trying to, like, not be my old identity. Like, and it's like, it's not that I'm being a different person, it's that I've disconnected the rumors from high school or the weird ass drama that came with me from years ago. With AutoSyn, I got a fresh slate. Yep. I could keep the same personality, but no ties to my past. And I've been so kept up with my personal life that I don't share that. I don't give anybody a window to my personal life. And the ones that I do let in, it makes me realize, like, these are good people. Like, these are people I like to fuck with, and, like, I want to invite this person to my birthday party, my kid's birthday party. You know? And it's like, because you can't help it, dude. This is a family. Like, and it's really cool because, like me and you, I wouldn't even know who the fuck you are if it wasn't for music, you know? And, like, Grayson, I wouldn't have met him. And it's like, it's super cool that music is able to do this for someone who was like, I wasted my high school years on no friends. Yeah. And now here I am, and it's like building a new circle.
It's new. Like,
it's awesome.
Nah, for real. Yeah, rest in peace, Chip, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I know when I got the text message, like, in the middle of the night, like, we found out quick because, like, from Retrofest, like, a lot of us, like, we just kind of still hung out, partied, like, we still kind of had the momentum, so we were always just, like, always kicking it, but I was here, and shout out to Glock. Glock texted me,
Oh,
and he
shit.
was like, "Did you hear what happened?" I'm like, "No." You know what I'm saying? And I feel like as soon as I got that, we was just like, we had a conversation, and it was like me and Glock, like, if you know Glock, we don't have sentimental conversations or nothing, but it was like, all right, be safe, bro. He's like, all right, you feel me? Like, it kind of brought like a weird, I don't want to say weird, but it's like a different connection. It's like, dang, like, we family, like, like,
right.
you know, like, so we try to look out for each other now.
Peoples.
So it's just like, you know, we check in with each other. Like, I talk to Shambi like damn near every day. You know what I'm saying? I try to, because he's always going. So it's like, I got to make sure my bro good. You know, like.
Tashambi was one of the first people to really start giving me tips and the shit too, man.
Hell yeah.
Him and Glock, dude, I don't think directly looking at Instagram you could tell I fuck with them, bro. But like those are good dudes.
Nah,
like,
for sure.
Because like as a beginning artist to this shit, like I'd see them doing shows and shit all the time, and I would hit Tashawn and be like, bro, how the fuck? Like, what do I do? He was the first person to be like, bro, go here, tap in with these people. And like everybody else, like the gatekeep and shit. Shit gets on my fucking nerves.
Yeah. You get a lot of that.
Yeah, and Glock's cool too, man. I be snapping him sometimes. He's funny as fuck too.
Man, crazy.
Yeah, but that's how it is.
Yeah, and I mean that's even like, you know, me and Tashami, we're really trying to get to a point where we're building like a group, or not even a group, just like a realm of artists, like, and we want to build it to the point where it's like like the whole local scene, you know, and we like stay connected, tapped in, you know what I'm saying? We push each other, we help each other. If one of us pops, we all, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's a celebration for everybody. It's not, oh, it shouldn't feel like a competition or like hate or like, because if I see you doing a crazy ass show, I'm like, let me get a ticket. What? You don't know how many times I'll text Sean like, okay, I may not make it to the show because I work, but I'm gonna still buy a ticket because I know that still go towards you.
I
you
try
know what
to
I'm
do
saying?
that for motherfuckers.
You know, and it's just like just little stuff like that, and we're trying to throw shows and like get to a point where it's like we're helping each other, like helping each other headline shows, putting this shit together, so like nobody feels like, you know, like you can't do it. Like, no, you can do it. Just come tell us.
It shouldn't have been that fucking hard to get shows. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
like,
yeah. And I mean,
I was bitching about that a few weeks back because Grayson over there does Wave.
Yeah.
And, you know, when he was like, yeah, it's going to be free general admission. Like, free entry. And I'm like, how you paying for this? He's like, out of pocket. And I'm like, that's crazy. You're insane. I was telling him, like, bro, you should be charging motherfuckers like $5. He's like, no, bro. And I'm like, you could keep doing that. That's cool, but eventually get some $5. You know, like something. But I was thinking, like, because he got some flack for it. Like, hey, bro, you can't be doing free shows. And, like, people, like, DMing him, talking shit about it. I'm like, bro, they just want the money in their pockets. Yeah. And I'm like, as a young artist that is struggling to find somewhere to perform your craft, a motherfucker is saying, like, it's free over here. And you don't have to sell tickets. You don't have to harass anybody. You don't have to do any of that. Right. That's a blessing. You know, like, we need more shit, like, more opportunities, because I don't care how long what corporation was doing what, bringing people in. You ain't doing it loud enough, because I spent 2 years trying to figure out how to perform somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I spent a long time trying to figure it out when all I wanted to do was play my audio on a stage and fucking, like, sing into a mic. It shouldn't have been that hard. No. And that's my thing, bro, is people either gatekeeping or they're trying to keep their fucking little agency, like a fucking secret, like, agency. Like, I don't know what the fuck they're trying to do. Yeah, no. It shouldn't be that hard.
And you know? And you saying so much, that's why I'm not even saying. I'm just going to let you like, bro, because I feel like you're just like in my head with that shit. Yeah. So, keep going.
Nah, that's the whole point, man. Like, I think the more opportunities we have on this scene, the better. And people could say we're washing and flooding the market and it's fucking shit up, but that don't make no fucking sense, bro. Because if KEEZY's performing somewhere and I'm not on the list that night, I got an option to go see KEEZY, right? Or if there's two shows going on, KEEZY and Coyote at a different one, right? Well, now I got two different shows that I could A, pop in on both, or B, go to one or the other. Right. And, like, they act like they're booking KEEZY at two different venues. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's not a thing. Right. That's not possible. So, like, you can't be mad if, oh, you're booking our artists. Fuck you. They're
Right.
not until they sign a
artists,
contract.
Right, they're not anybody. They're
out there.
independent artists.
We are all
they're funding themselves
That's what
9
I'm
times
saying.
out of 10.
That's
So
what I'm
you're
saying.
not really.
So anybody can get mad about any of that shit, bro. If I fucking host a shitty cardboard stage out back of my house and invite motherfuckers, if they show up, that's on them. They wanted to. So anybody saying like, nah, you got to sell 20 tickets to get into this free venue that I booked. Go fuck yourself. Man.
Right.
Like, I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you 1,000%. Because, like, bro, first of all, when I heard about Wave, Ohio, and that it was free, like, because I was at the first one, I believe.
Yeah.
Bro, I walked in, it was hella people, and I don't even think it started yet. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah,
and then,
yeah,
like, as it started kind of flooding in, people start coming in, I'm like, bro, this is such a beautiful thing happening, like, for the city.
Yeah.
Like, and you could have anybody. He could have anybody there,
In a
you know?
fucking Donato's basement.
Bro.
We packed that shit.
Oh, God.
Dude, and it was dope, dude. It was so cool.
It was a freaking night to remember, like, bro.
Shout out to Grayson.
Yeah,
Shout out Grayson.
And yeah, man, like, bro, and I tell people that all the time, like, bro, I had such a good time there, like,
it was a good night.
like, it was such a good vibe, like, I had a great time.
I think
like,
it was
really, every showcase, really, you know, all the artists get along, and it's always been a fun vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
There haven't been no bullshit or anything that happened at any of these showcases.
Not that I've seen.
Yeah.
So
none that I've been to.
the
I think it's because like at those smaller venues, those smaller shows, people get to drop that stupid ass persona that they usually carry, and they're like, hold on, some people, but they carry this fucking persona, bro, and they don't have to act like they're a fucking $1 million artist. It's you and 6 other Columbus folk just chilling, bro, like doing your thing. You don't have to put on this glorious judgment show, like, I don't know. So I think that's the best part, is everybody gets to drop and just be themselves and do their thing.
Hell yeah. And I mean, also too, like you said, I mean, everyone has an ego, you know, but I feel like when you do these like small intimate shows, or even like the showcases and stuff like that, like you get to really see like who they really are as a person. Like, okay, are you sitting here like on some bull, or like are you really being yourself?
And that's how I decide if I want to recruit you into my
circle.
circle.
Oh God, right?
You know
like, because it's like,
because I see you hit that stage and you talking all that shit, and like, you're kind of like, I don't like you. Don't seem like a real person.
You seem corny. You seem like, you know, you're not really true to yourself. That's the. But I'd say at Wave, Ohio, I feel like everybody I connected with, which is kind of like crazy, but I feel like I locked in with like everybody. Yeah. So I just feel like, you know, you being in rooms, you meet people and you can actually connect and build with people, you know. But it's like you gotta leave the ego at the door. Like, absolutely. I mean, with anything you should, but I feel like if you can drop your ego and actually walk in there and be like, hi, my name's Kiana, and I'm KEEZY, but this is who I really am, and so, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you really can, you know, connect, and I feel like that's how I build a lot of friendships, because I'm like, I'm me, you feel me? There's no cap.
Just how you gotta be.
Oh God.
It's funny that you said that, because Trayton's artist name is his real name.
Yeah.
And I met him at a Scully's not open mic, but showcase. And it was his first show, and he had a white tee with Sharpie on it that said Trayton and Bongos. And I was like, you Trayton and Bongos? And then he was like, it's just Trayton. The Bongos is like a joke. I was like, he's selling these shirts too. And I'm like, is that a white tee with Sharpie on it? He's like, yeah, $5. I'm like, let me get one. And then like, he had seen me and like, this is me dressing up, bro. It's a bright hoodie and jeans. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But like when I go to shows, it's usually I fuck up and wear a black t-shirt, jeans, because like it's me. I'm comfortable.
Right.
And Trayton was like, bro, I saw you at that first open mic or the first showcase. He was like, oh shit, this dude's probably one of the realest rappers in here. He's on that Mac Miller swag. Like he just got the t-shirt and jeans. He don't give a fuck. He's here to rap. And I was like, damn, you were wrong as fuck. But like I thought it was so funny because like I try to be myself. Right. You know, it's a different name, but it's I don't have the energy to maintain a character the whole time. I can't be this person I invented the whole time. I gotta be myself.
So who is Otto Sin then?
I don't like saying my like government Because, like, look, here's the thing. If you genuinely listen to my music, right? If you genuinely listen to it, and if you genuinely go to the credits on my shit, you will see I am the writer, my real name, right? So, like, why should I give the public my fucking name when they could just go listen to my shit and give a fuck? You know what I'm saying? But, like, I don't like doing that just because, like, my personal life, like, I got a family at home, and, like, a lot of these people in this scene, like, they're good, but there's also some fucking weirdos, bro.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So the second they fucking, like, find my Facebook and they're like, oh, these is kids, let me bring his kids up into this shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that name is there for the people that want to put forth that effort, but for some random disser, like, you could find Otto, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'll tell y'all off camera, but it's not that serious. But, yeah.
I like to go through people's Instagram, kind of explain some of the photos.
That's fun. That's fun.
So this was in Cleveland?
That's in Cleveland, yeah.
At the Cleveland Mall. What was going on here?
Me and my boys went to the KEEZYNUNK concert. Dude,
Shout out KEEZYNUNK.
Oh my god, I love KEEZYNUNK, bro. But we got there way too early. We were there like 10 hours before the show. So we were like, what are we gonna do? Let's walk around, right? So we went to this restaurant, and it's on the little water side. And we go in there, and I just wanted like a cheap burger and a drink. You know what I'm saying? We get in there, I look at the menu. This shit like really expensive. Yeah. I'm like looking at the boys. The waitress already tried to get our drinks. I was like, we need to leave now. We cannot afford this shit. And they were like, oh really? What are we gonna do? Like, can we just stand up and walk? It was like a 30-foot. Like it's far. Yeah. So then I'm like, hold up, I got this. I pull my phone out. I'm like, oh, you outside? Yeah, we're walking out real quick. Like, just, and like, I faked a phone call. Clearly.
Just to get the phone with a ring while you're doing that.
So that picture of me in that chair, yeah, that's at they got it's kind of like Tuttle. It's more like Tuttle Mall.
Okay.
But there's an opening, and they had these little big floaty chairs, bro, so I was chilling and got a picture. Yeah, that was for the KEEZYNUNK concert. Shout out KEEZYNUNK.
That's what's up,
all right. You have this photo as well.
Yeah, so this one's hilarious because I tagged Little Toenail. There's a rapper named Lil Toenail. I don't know if y'all know. He's like a joke rapper, I think. I hope he's not serious. But he wears what we call the shiesty mask these days, right? So Toenail does that, and he raps these ignorant ass songs like crazy. But that is Trayton, not Toenail. And Kid Chaos had a headliner, right?
Okay.
So Kid Chaos had a headliner. Trayton had a show at Victory's across the street. And Trayton was like, I ain't going to be able to make it to that headliner. And I think Kid might be mad at me. I don't know. Or something like that. They weren't like, there wasn't tension.
Right.
But I was like, yeah, damn, that sucks, bro. I wish you could be there. It'd be nice to see you. Because I was hosting that night at that show.
Okay.
And next thing you know, like the night's flowing on. We're all chilling, having a good time. And I look over, and there's this dude with a fucking mask behind me. Standing, I think, next to Grayson. I'm like, who the fuck? And I look down, I see the Yeezys, and Trayton always rocks Yeezys.
Okay.
I was like, this is fucking Trayton's in the chat. So then I was like, what's up, buddy? And I thought it was admirable almost that he took the time to show up to this headliner.
Right.
When, like, initially he was like, I'm not going to be able to fucking make it. I'm not going to make it.
Right.
It is what it is. But he showed up anyway. And I thought it was funny because he showed up in disguise. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're either there or you're not, bro. So, but we took a picture together that night, so I thought that was cool.
That's what's up, man.
That's my favorite thing is honestly just taking pictures with other artists. It's like, it's fun to me. It just shows that I was present and I got a connection with some of these people.
Yeah, for sure.
And what was the inspiration for the album cover on there?
Yeah, so the Cine State of Mind album cover. I love talking. So there's a deep story to this. You ready?
Let's get into it. That's what we're here.
All right.
Get into it.
Back in high school, when I had that band I was talking about, right? We wanted this dope ass logo, this dope ass name, and at the time, the rule of thumb was like the heavier your band is, the more aggressive your sound is, your band logo should be harder to read. Like, it should be just a bunch of fucking scribbles that you can't even fucking tell what it is. But we didn't know anybody that could do that. So I had a friend, his name at the time was Calvin, and I think it still is. But Calvin made digital art. And our band name was Desperate for Dreams. Ironic. And he made this sick-ass logo and brought it to life digitally. And I was like, you know how to do this shit? He was like, yeah, dude, I do this every day. Like, he does it for skateboards, he does it for t-shirts, he does all this shit.
Okay.
Now it's like, I think it's like not necessarily a side hustle, but it's like a second primary income for him.
Okay, that's what's up.
But the funny thing is he made that awesome logo, so I knew in my brain right then and there that guy makes dope artwork. And then years progress, him and I fall out over some girl or something. Like, we weren't friends anymore over some Facebook chick. Like, I don't even know. And he stopped being friends with me. And then I, 8 years later, start making music. I'm like, I need some logos. I need some artwork. Who is going to do this shit? And I was like, Autosin didn't have a face at that time.
Right.
So Autosin was faceless. And I was like, I got to track down Calvin and tap him for some logos, right? So I go from the Autosin account with no face.
Right.
And I'm like, I need logos, and I'm faceless. He has no idea who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cut me off over some beef a while back, but I still love you, and I still want your shit, right? And then I was like, how much? He's like, oh, it'll be like 80 for the logos, right? So I'm like, bet. I sent him 100, take the money. And he makes my logos. The Autosin logos are sick. You can see it there on that spare tire cover, actually. It's right here. So that's the Autosin logo on my tire cover.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. But he makes these awesome logos, and I'm like, dude, you're the shit. I'm going to just keep coming to you for my art, right? He's like, bet. So then I start posting my face, and I don't know if it took him a long time because I didn't have a beard before and all that. But he never said anything about it. Also, he made this shit too, but he never said anything about me being me, you know? So I was like, okay, cool. Maybe he knows and he's cool with it and we're friends now. So then Frozen's artwork, I was like, yo, can you make me a song cover for Frozen? I sent him the song, he listens to it. That's the concept he came up with. But at the time, I was working on a song called Levitate. And this one's still on my computer. It's almost like a part 2 to Frozen. And Levitate, I wanted me to be falling through space or something like that. Some silhouette of a person doing that.
Right.
So I sent him some silhouettes and stuff like that, and he created the Cine State of Mind artwork, which is this guy floating above space. And you zoomed in hard there. But he created this artwork of this guy floating through space, and I was like, oh, that is awesome. I'm going to use that at some point, But I didn't want to use it for Levitate. I just felt like levitating above the planet was a little high for me.
Right.
I wanted levitation to kind of be closer down.
Right.
So I had this cover art sitting here of this guy floating above the planet made from Calvin, who I think on there he goes by Creamy Linguine or some shit. Artist dudes come up with creative names.
No,
but he made the cover art for Frozen, for Cine State of Mind, and he made all my logos, and it all stems from this guy that made a dope logo in high school. And I just remembered that's the guy I wanted to do my shit. And reaching out to him as a faceless identity was the way I got that bond back.
Right.
He actually friend requested me on Facebook recently, so I think he knows now.
He knows now.
Cool.
Yeah.
I wonder how long it took.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking in my head, I'm like,
Hey.
I wonder, does he still not know?
I tell you what, I was giving that motherfucker hella tips too.
Right.
So
Right.
It's like,
Hey,
it's
it's
business. It's
business.
business.
It's
It's
Something
like,
you
so
could
you can't
either
be
be
upset.
take it personal or it
Yeah.
could be business.
No.
so
for real.
he could be like, it's $100. I'm sending 120. You know,
Right.
every time. But
Right.
like, I love him. I love his work. He's a dope dude, and us falling out when we were younger was stupid. So I hate that I had to
That's
kind
how
of
it
trick him
happens.
into it,
Right.
but it's nothing but love, obviously.
Right,
So,
of course. That's what's
yeah,
up,
so
though.
Cine State of Mind, the artwork is a dude floating above the planet. It doesn't necessarily pertain to any of the songs except for the track I have with Trayton called Ozone, because that guy's practically in the ozone.
Yeah.
Ozone is supposed to drop soon as they get cleared. Ozone and Nonsense. Nonsense is out on YouTube and SoundCloud. Ozone is completely unreleased. But those are the 2 singles that will drop. And then the rest, I think it's a 9-track album. And that will drop after that. And that's super cool. Cine State of Mind, we spoke earlier. The name came from the madness in my head, the random songs that come from it. So that's that.
That's what's up, man.
Thank you.
I'm glad you have you're super creative. Like you kind of know where you want to take everything, and some artists, don't really have that plan.
Yeah.
And at least you have that. You know what I'm saying? Like you know where you want to take it.
Yeah.
And you're patient.
Oh yeah.
And that's one thing I can respect about you, because it's you're super where you want to take it. So you're like, okay, if you want to do it with this person, or you want your artwork to look a certain way, or if you want it, this certain kind of logo, it's you kind of just all right, I gotta find this guy to do it, because I don't want nobody else to do it. You kind of you just know where you want to go, and I feel I love that.
I feel like I spent the first 2 years of making music kind of networking behind the scenes, finding people that I planned on, and I had talked about this before ages ago, what it feels like, but I spent 2 years making music at my house, behind the scenes, not performing, tapping in with a lot of people. Hey, I really like your stuff. Hey, this is really dope. And little opportunities would come to me through that. But I think it was one New Year's happened, and I was I'm pulling everybody's cards. We're making this album together. We're doing this album art. You're making my logos right now. I spent the whole first half of the year, I was we're doing shows. We're doing this. We're doing this. And I did that for a speedy amount of time. And now I'm back on that slow down, drop this album, move forward from that, and then restart really. But I know who does dope shit. You know, the question is who does dope shit that can mold what my ideas are. You know what I'm saying? Just because you make a dope-ass music video or you're a dope-ass filmmaker, that doesn't mean that you and I are going to be the ultimate team. So I spent a lot of time trying to figure out who's going to be the right one for what. And I always knew, artwork, I wanted Calvin to fuck with my shit. So, unfortunately, he didn't come till Frozen. So everything before that, it's just some random shit I slapped together. But I've always thought authentic artwork is fun. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And it's you said, you gotta be patient, because motherfuckers that aren't patient in this shit, dude, they ain't gonna make it. They're not gonna survive, because you'll do work with somebody and they'll be 2 weeks, you'll get it back. Fucking 6 months later, you still ain't gotten it back. It's you could either blow them up, stalking them, getting mad, or you could be you know what? It's art, and I get it when someone's fucking with your money, that's a little different. But when it's just something that's supposed to be a collab piece, you know what I'm saying? Or it's practically a favor to you, you gotta just sit back and wait.
Yeah. Because I done had some times where I had to chase some people down. Because I'm look, I dropped this project. We did it before I even started putting the project together. The project's put together. The project's out. Still no video. This is getting crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Been there.
It gets to a certain point where you're bro.
Yeah, I will say there's some people.
Stop playing around.
There's some people I won't ever work with again.
Yes.
Bro. No matter how good that shit came out.
Oh God.
Y'all fucked with my shit too hard. And it sucks because sometimes people warn me. They're hey, that guy. Return time. Fuck.
Sometimes you gotta learn from your own sometimes.
It sucks though. And I don't like burning bridges with people. If anything, I make the bridge a little longer. I ain't gonna be as close to you as I used to, but
I'll burn a bridge because I don't plan on using that bridge again. So I'll burn it down.
I do that. I do that if I don't think I'm ever gonna see them again. You know what I'm saying? But because we all pop up at the same place, I don't want that weird elephant in that room.
Right.
And it's not like it's on site or anything, or we're gonna fight each other. But
I just don't fuck with you anymore.
Exactly.
No, I just don't fuck with you.
Yeah, that's usually how it is.
That's what's up. So I gotta ask my infamous question.
Okay.
Top 3 artists of all time.
Okay.
All genres, doesn't matter, no specific order.
Damn.
Top 3 artists of all time.
That is an infamous question.
It surely is.
Top 3 of all time.
Of all time. All genres. I try not to make it too hard.
Is this my top 3 favorite, or my opinion of who's the top 3?
It's your opinion, the auto sin special.
I can always put it on this topic of you're on an island, you only take 3 artists' work with you.
That's easier.
then
That's easy. You can ask it that way.
Who would you
So
say?
like Greggy said, it is sort of kind of like two different questions because
Yeah.
you're like talking, okay, all time, kind of like what you would think. But
Well, there's an artist and then there's the piece of work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that is a little. Those are.
I'm
a little
only,
different.
you know, those three artists, all their work. If you
Yeah.
were stuck out there,
Okay.
these are the only artists you could listen to.
Oh, so Spotify will only pull up those artists.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Like
Okay.
you only get service just for their art. Like
Yeah,
you get all their work.
Yeah.
You know everything that
Okay.
they've done.
Damn, my top three, bro. Because this is different in my head when I talk about like the best out there, but my favorite and the best out there are different in my opinion.
Okay.
But I'll do the favorites.
Okay.
Fuck, damn, that shit's hard. One of my favorites has to be Mac Miller, for sure. Some of the stuff he made, dude, it was just straight artwork.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it was insane. So I'll put Mac up there. I'm gonna put Suicide Boys in there, dude, just because like the creativity, the different stuff that they bring to the rap world is insane. And then the third one, I gotta switch it up. I can't be in the rap. Challenge here. I'll probably. It's corny to people now, but back in the day, there was shit. There's a metal band called Asking Alexandria,
Okay.
and dude, their old shit. It's the reason I fucking like music today. Like it is.
That's what's up.
So good. So that metal band, Suicide Boys, and Mac Miller, man, those are the three favorites for me for sure.
Okay.
But if we're talking albums, okay, Mac Miller has a mixtape called Faces. I want to bring that
Yeah.
for sure. I'll probably fuck around and bring Take Care by Drake.
Okay.
That album,
Yeah.
dude, that shit was
That's
Marvin's.
solid. I mean,
Marvin's Room changed the world, bro.
Yeah.
That shit was so good.
yeah.
And then that Asking Alexandria people, they got Stand Up and Scream. That was like the high school CD anthem, bro. Like, that was my shit.
Okay. Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, there you go.
That's what's up, man.
There
That's
you
what's
go.
up.
Damn, that was hard.
Yeah, man. That's like my infamous question. I feel like everybody is always like, "Oh no, but wait, there's two different questions.
Yeah.
Wait, we gotta break the question down
But
and
we
all
got
that."
some interesting answers out
Yeah,
there.
I feel like we've
Yeah.
got all kinds of different ones. But if there is maybe, let's just say like a middle schooler, somebody in middle school watching this, or maybe follows you and is like, man, I love what AutoSyn's doing.
Yeah.
Maybe they're trying to create music. You're someone that they're like inspired by. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They're watching this interview and they're like, man, what do I got to do to start my own career as an artist? And they look up to you. They want to maybe do stuff that you do. What would be maybe some pieces of advice that you would give to them?
Oh man, that's good.
If you're watching it, or if they're
That's
watching
good.
this.
So, to the young people who want to know what to do, first things first, practice. Like, just keep practicing. Because even if you're just rapping in your bedroom to a little, like, phone app that
Right.
records you, start there. You don't have to go sharing it with everybody for opinions, because honestly,
Starting out, it'll suck.
yeah,
Right.
it'll discourage you right away, dude.
Right.
But honestly, like, just record and record and record into little phone apps. It doesn't have to be studio equipment. And before you know it, the second you get to actually hit record on the software, on the equipment, you already know what you're doing.
Right.
So practice, practice, practice. Even if it's 10 years straight. Like, I was making music for 10 years straight with no equipment, no engineer, no studio, and I don't even sound like I have 10 years experience, bro. But it's something that helped you figure out what you want to do.
Right.
So there's that. And next thing you want to do is you find someone that's willing to work with you, an engineer, a producer, somebody, and you explain to them, like, listen, and be honest, like, don't fake. That's the bigger part, is people make these egos, but be like, dude, I have no idea what I'm doing. I want to do this. Can you help me?
Yeah.
And, like, for me, that was Young Levin from Germany, and I had no music out. I had no idea what I was doing, but I
Right.
came across his Instagram making beats, and I had messaged him personally, like, hey, dude, this is, like, something I really want to get into, is recording music, and you're really good at this.
Right.
Can you help me? And he was like, oh, yeah, well, here, I'll send you this, and you try to record yourself over this, you know? And when it came to the software and stuff, I didn't want to harass him with that, so I was just sitting there with FL, like, record, unrecord, this does this. And before I knew it, I was accidentally mixing my own stuff and didn't realize I was mixing.
Yeah.
So anytime I would talk to somebody about mixing and mastering, they would tell me what it was. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm already doing it.
Yeah.
You know, like, but I wasn't doing it good at the time.
Right.
Because you got to get studio monitors. I was going off of, like, headphones, which actually usually mix things for you when you listen to them. So that was a mess. But yeah, you got to find somebody in the game that can almost guide you. And then from that point, it's all about just figuring it out on your own. Right. Or if you really want to do something crazy, I think it sounds cool on paper, but it's kind of a headache. If you get a music mentor, like somebody that's obviously at the shows, obviously doing those things, if you talk to them and they will drop their ego and kind of help you, that'd be golden.
Right.
But good luck getting someone to drop their ego.
Right.
You know? So it just depends. But yeah, for me, that's the best way to go is you find at least a producer. If you could find someone that is making beats that is willing to work with you, it'll help you from spending like $150 on a beat that everyone else can buy and trying to figure it out. Because a lot of producers, they won't admit it, but I think they picture how they want someone to sound on the song. So if they can kind of steer you in what you could be doing, that's always a good start for me.
That's what's up, man. Some gems right there. So make sure, man, if you're an up-and-coming artist or just kind of don't know where to start, definitely listen to these podcasts, man. We ask artists these questions for this reason, because we want to make sure we give y'all at least some game, some sort of knowledge, something that you can take away from the podcast and maybe invest or interpret into your life. You know what I'm saying? So, for sure. So next, we're going to get into either freestyle, either a live performance. How we feeling? How we feeling, Otto? How we feeling, bro?
Oh, I feel like that's the worst thing ever. Oh, man. Look, I will do something. I will. But just to speak on it, bro, like, so my creative process changed when I made Frozen. Okay. I used to write stuff down.
Okay.
I used to record it. And I used to freestyle, right? When I made Frozen, I started doing this gibberish shit. I started making gibberish and melodies first. I would record those, and then I would go on top of those, right?
Okay.
It would help me get a faster flow. I would know the cadence and how many syllables I wanted, and then I could put words down. Since trying to freestyle after embracing that gibberish shit, dude, like, the dictionary's left my brain. So a lot of times I'll be like, blah, 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 blah. Like, it doesn't, obviously no one wants to hear that in a freestyle. That means you fucked up. So like, and then like, I think I might have a couple unreleased memorized, so maybe I could go from there. But like, I hate written freestyles. It's not fun. But if I went off the top, dude, it'd be like apples and pears. I comb my hair. Like, I don't know. So we could try it, but I'm letting everybody know right now this could be the corniest shit ever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we could do a live performance. We could do a live performance of
how we do that.
So just send me whatever song. We'll make it happen.
Song, make it happen.
We'll give you the headphones, get you a mic.
What?
We'll set it up right now.
What do y'all hear though? You just hear me.
No, you hear both.
You're gonna hear both.
I'm about to show you.
Okay,
we'll
try that.
We'll get it hooked up.
We'll try that.
All right,
we'll try that then.
Trust my process.
Oh,
we do it every episode.
Hey, stay tuned. We come back. We have auto-tune. I'm sorry, auto-syn.
Auto-syn. Both of them. Both of them.
Auto-syn. Live performance coming real soon.
Bet.
I'm feeling lucky. She said that she really do love me. Better good regardless, she want me. Never been a time I was lonely. Back and forth, all in her bed. Love songs all in my head. I never felt real before. I never felt this before.
What's up, y'all, man? Welcome to the KEEZYNUNK podcast. We got my boy Autosin here getting ready to do a piece of a new single. Or is this a new record that's going to be off of?
So this will be released on another album.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is just a little unreleased
Little
live
unreleased.
performance here.
Yeah.
And what's the song title?
It's just called You.
You.
Yep.
Y-O-U.
No, just you.
Oh, not just you.
Just you.
Just
the letter U.
Just
Yeah.
you. So let's get into it.
All right.
My boy Autosin.
Couple projects in the bin. Where do I begin? I've been fucking lonely ever since I was a kid. Have you ever liked your own post just to show that you had friends? I've been thinking lately I could binge videos and songs just to get my plays up. Bet they like me then. Bet they like me then. Cause nobody likes you when you're 25 with a couple kids trying to make that music shit. Baby mama's at the crib watching babies while I spit that crazy shit. Now I'm getting lit. Can't nobody fuck with me when I'm on my shit. When I'm on my shit. Couple artists wanna come and fuck with me while I'm at my crib. Got my baby at the house, I ain't fucking with that shit. Shout out after shout out, I ain't ever trying to think about the people that don't care about my work and how I'm living, how I'm giving all I've gotten to this music shit. And now I'm thinking maybe I should quit it. I just think it's crazy that you could do anything you ever wanted. Ain't nobody gonna fucking hoot and holler, bunch of begging motherfuckers with they 2 cents trying to make a deposit. Go back and buy some tickets, then go fucking talk about it. Thank you. That's you.
Ski! Welcome back, y'all, man. We just came back from the live performance from Autosin. Before we get up out of here, Autosin, let them know anything coming up, where to find you, all of that.
All right. So currently, no shows as far as I know. Might pop out at like an open mic or something. Be on the lookout for that. You can see everything I'm doing on Instagram, auto.sin. Any other social media, just click the link in that bio. It'll take you right there. You can always listen to my stuff, Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you want to. It's just Autosin. Yeah, that's about it. And my singles from Cinny State of Mind should be dropping pretty soon, if not already. And then Cinny State of Mind will follow up right after. No date on that yet, so be on the lookout.
Yes, sir, man. Again, I appreciate you popping out.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Thanks for the interview. It's been good.
It's been a great interview. Make sure y'all do tap in. All of his links will also be in the description down below. So make sure before you leave, you tap those links. Tap in with my boy Autosin. And yeah, man. Shit, KEEZYNUNK.
We out.
We out.
Appreciate it. Thank
Till
you.
next time. What's up, y'all, man? It's the kid Keys. I'm here to promote myself, man. KEEZY the Unkon. Goodbye Summer should be out right now. Make sure y'all go tap in. All platforms. KEEZYTHEE Unkon. It'll also be in the description down below. I also do have merch. So if you are looking to purchase, it is limited sizing. So make sure you do DM me on Instagram. And I'll make sure to tap in with you. Get your size in. Make sure we get it shipped. Or pull up on you if you're local. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you need, I'm here for you.
What is up, my pretty people? It's PrettyP. Make sure y'all tap in with me. Subscribe to my channel at PrettyP TV on YouTube. It's also linked in all of my descriptions and all of my social media handles. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at its.prettyp. And yeah, new content coming. I got a whole bunch of new stuff on the way, not just vlogs, so don't come at me too crazy, y'all. But especially behind the scenes content of the KEEZYNUNK podcast, so y'all are just updated about everything that's going on. But yeah, I love y'all.
I'm Kier, aka Oz. Want you to check out my store, Mommy's Little Heart. Go on there now. You can save 15% on your order when you use the promo code KNU15. That's KNU15. Save 15% on your order. Go to Mommy's Little Heart right now. We have women's clothes, sets, dresses, bottoms, tops, outerwear, lingerie, whatever you're looking for. Again, go to mommyslittle.heart.com.
In my city, yeah. When the raps touch down, I put it back in my city, yeah. They want me to follow, but I get love in my city, yeah. As soon as I put on, please don't say nothing to forget. Please don't say nothing.
happen to me if you wasn't with me? When I've been over backwards for the city. For years I did features for the free. How many ones did I get asked about in 2022? Just 3. Who dedicated their IG to putting niggas on? Just me.